G'day, my name's Trevor Dawson. I run the school's auctioneering competition down in the Wagga region, and I thought I'd put this video together for teachers or people in the community that are looking to get a competition going but don't actually know really where to start. So first thing, if you want to run the competition and you want to end up going through a group final and maybe getting to Sydney, if we can get it off the ground at Sydney, then you need to register your interest with the ASC. Katie Stanley's probably your best contact there. As far as getting the competition off the ground goes, you don't really need to organise your competition straight away, but you can get your kids going practicing. So that's where I start. So the first thing I do is just let the kids know that there's an auctioneering competition and ask who's interested, and the kids show up and I get them to do some basic exercises first. Then I go and find my tutor, which is a stock and station agent who can come in and assess and give advice after the kids have gotten to the point where they can actually hold some sort of auction. So the first thing that I get the kids to do is I get them to count from 0 to 100 and then back in 20s. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and then 100, 80, 60, 40, 20, and then back to 0. And then do the same thing in 10s, 10, 20, 30, 40, and then back from 100, 100, 90, 80, 70. And then do the same thing in 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, all the way up to 100. And then from 100, 100, 95, 90, 85, 80, get your left brain, right brain going, but it makes them start to be able to count forwards and backwards, which is important in an auction, because if you lose your place or a bid doesn't fall through and you've got to go back to your previous number, you're actually able to do that. Once they start doing that and they feel like they're getting able to get some speed, get them to start off slowly and then let the speed come naturally. Then I'd get them to put got a bid or I've got a bid between each number. So got to bid 5, got to bid 10, got to bid 15, got to bid 20, got to bid 25, but get them to start slowly. Got to bid 5, got to bid 10, got to bid 15, so they're saying it properly. And then as they get faster, they'll start to sound more like they've got a patter, like an auctioneer. Got to bid 5, got to bid 10, got to bid 20, got to bid 5, got to bid 10, got to bid 15, got to bid 20, got to bid 25, got to bid 30, and then back. Got to bid 30, got to bid 25, got to bid 20, got to bid 20, got to bid 15, got to bid 10, got to bid 5, and let them play around. And then once they get good at that, then get them to go up and then come back 1 or 2 and then keep going up. So they might be going in 10s and they go, got to bid 10, got to bid 20, got to bid 30, got to bid 40, got to bid 30, got to bid 40, got to bid 50, got to bid 40, got to bid 50, got to bid 60, got to bid 50. So they get used to going upwards and back, up and back with those numbers. Then with this video, you'll get a sample script that you can then give your students a sample script, and it kind of runs through, it's my sample script, it's what I run through with my kids, and you can modify it to suit your own students, but that gives you the rundown of how the auction should run. And then the kids can start reading through the script and then reading through the script in front of their friends or in front of your team, and then they start trying to do it without the script. I get them to look at videos of YouTubes of people who are auctioning livestock in Australia, and then choose things that they like that people say and then include that in their script. So the basic premise of the auction is going to be the introduction. So I would say, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Trevor Dawson. I'm here to represent the Riverina Anglican College. Today I'm going to be selling under the standard ALPA terms and conditions of sale. They can be seen at the office. Today I have for you, and then I introduce my livestock. So here I have a pen of Pole Dorset Weathers, or here I have a pen of Merino ewes. And then if you read through the script, tell me something about the animals, and then start who's got 200 to start me off, or who's got 150 to start me off. Now when they start off, you'll see in the script that it's important that they're pretty close to the money that they think the animal's going to be worth. But so say the animal's worth 200, that they'll start off at 200, and then they will wind back until they get their first bid, and someone will either offer the bid that they're going to start at, or someone will kick in as you go back. So who's got 200 to start me off? 190, 180, come on ladies and gentlemen, 170, 160, and at some stage that bid kicks in. So that's what that part of the script talks about. And as soon as I've got my bid, then the kids can take off. Got to bid 160, got to bid 160, 160, 160 the money now, and whatever you choose. Your tutor might tell you that that's not what they want you to do, but that's what I do. So then the kids will be able to go through and use their patter. And And the auction should, as they sell, encourage them to start off low, nice and relaxed, out of your stomach here. So you might get your kids to, when they say their numbers, to go 5, 5, 5. So they're taking it out of their belly so that they get used to not going 5, 5, 5 at the top of their voice. So if they start off low, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, and then it grows, and then they get to the point where they've got nowhere else to go, then they can stop and say, ladies and gentlemen, and then tell them something about the animal, or, you know, engage with their audience. You know, the bid's over here at 150, at $150. We know that we're buying quality here today, ladies and gentlemen, so I'll take you in 5s, and then start off again. But you're starting off low, and then you're building it back up again. So if they find that they reach the top of their voice and the bids are still coming, then they can stop, pause again, come down, and then build it back up. And the last build up is going to be towards the knockdown. So they get to the point where they go, no more bids coming. I'm going to sell him out at $250, $250, and he's gone. And they might say going once, going twice, going 3 times, or they might say, quick, all done. And they've got to have that big knockdown because they're trying to encourage people to bid and get more money for their client. And then they knock it down and it's sold. And then they call out the bidder number 2. So then at the end, there's a thank you, and it's on the script too. So, you know, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Trevor Dawson. Thank you to the buyers and the underbidders today for your spirited competition. That's the end of my run. Good afternoon. And then the student walks off. And then there's, you know, you might talk to your tutor about presentation. But once you've got them to the point where they can actually run through an auction, whether they're looking at their script every now and then or not, then you can get to the point where you can get your tutor in, and the tutor can watch them actually go through where they're at with an auction, and start to offer them some advice as to how to get better, some exercises they might do at home, that sort of stuff. So once I've got the tutor in, the tutor comes in to see my students every couple of weeks. So I've sent the email out to the other schools, inviting them into the competition, and we can get anything from 4 to 6 schools. And I send the email out one and tell them to get their kids going, and then organise your tutor. So by the time from the time you've got your kids starting to do those exercises and meeting your tutor, could be a month. And then you've got a month with your tutor, maybe 2 months with your tutor, and then it's competition day. So what we do is we hold our first heat. My email goes out in April to all the schools. My tutor comes in May. My tutor will come every 2 weeks through May and halfway through June. And then once we get close to our competition, we might see our tutor once a week if he's keen. The other thing is agents are really hard to get hold of, so you've got to see what you can do with that. But if my tutor can't come, then I'll run a session and let the kids go through and sell a sheep or 2, and then at lunchtime, so I've got 50 minutes, and then give advice. And once you've got some kids who have been doing it for a few years, you can let the older kids, the kids who are more experienced kids, give the younger kids some advice. And one of those big gems of advice that they give is that I was you 1 or 2 or 3 years ago, and I was nervous, and yes, I made mistakes, and everybody in the competition is going to be nervous and make mistakes, but you know, this is how you get better. So then I've got a couple of months with my tutor, and then we have our first heat. We might have 30 students here at track. This is where I am. This is my ag plot. And the schools will come here. We'll start off at 9:30, turn up at 9:30, 10 o'clock kickoff, and we'll have 3 pens of sheep in a row, and the students will sell those sheep consecutively. So the introduction, sell the first sheep, sell the second sheep, sell the third sheep, and then do their thank you at the end. And the judges, which you'll have in your introduction pack, the judges will have those judging sheets, and they will judge the general way the students went. So if the students make a mistake on their first sheep and they're cracking on their second and third sheep, then they're going to be marked really well. So it's not just one sheep, one shot. They get 3 shots. And then we go, so a month after that, the tutor still keeps coming, and a month after that, the top 3 from each school goes through to our second heat at the Gan Main Show. So that could be anything from 9 to 12 kids, and they'll have 2 pens of sheep to sell. but you make your choice what they're going to sell the second time, but we narrow it down to 2, and they have 2 goes at selling, same judging sheet, and then the first 3, the top 3 out of the novice section for us, and we've also got an advanced section, which is you'll see in your pack that the difference between the novice section and the advanced section, but they go up into the stage at the Ganmain show and they sell 1 sheet. They've got 1 shot, and the judges will judge who came first, second, third. If you've only got novices, we had 5, so the first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Top 3 are the top 3 place getters, and then highly commended for the next 2. But these days we have our advanced kids who have been doing it for a few years, so we have first, second and third in the novice section and first, second and third in the advanced section. And the advanced kids will be the ones that have been the ones that have been practicing at Sydney over the last couple of years, and hopefully we can get that competition going, and that's where all our group finals end up. So if you have any questions, please email me on trevor.dawson at trac.newsouthwales.edu.au. Happy to help get you going. Please don't not do it because you're not sure how it's going to pan out. It's pretty easy to organise. There's some other things that in the pack that you'll notice, tongue twisters that kids can do, that sort of stuff. But please reach out if you need some help. I've been going for 11.5 minutes now, but that's basically the rundown of auctioneering, and when you see the kids get better and better and better because they practice and practice and practice, you'll be glad you started this competition. It's my most favourite thing I do out of all the showing things and teaching we do. The auctioneering competition is by far the place where you see those kids grow and improve the fastest and become good at it. So please give the kids a go, get them started. It's fun to have a crack yourself and practice with them, and hopefully we can get this thing to be taken up in a few different regions and have a state final at Sydney. So thanks for listening. That's 12 minutes, but I hope it was worth it. Ta.